To Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely live and raw. So we're going to go over a couple things today. Now, before I really dig in, guys, I'm going to tell you guys two stories about, something that happened yesterday that kind of woke me up as to, what's going on in the market, with the consumers. And then after that, y'all, I'm going to go over with you guys, and this is kind of why I want to wait a little bit to see if more people log on. You gotta go, one have to turn this off. But after I tell you guys the stories, we're actually going to go over the timeline of price decline, and we're going to take a look at the median sales price with Fred, just so I could give you guys a better idea of what happened last time and how long things took to recover last time. How long did it take for prices to rebound and decline? So we're going to go over that Fred chart. And then I'm also going to go over with you guys some of these rent charts right here. I've been hearing some narratives from some realtors saying that you're going to be trapped in your house. Rent's going to go up 10% this year. So we're going to go over that, you guys, as well. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not going to do too much reading, just really go over the charts. And then obviously, I'm going to go over this amazing map right here, which is an interactive map. We're going to look at some metros across the nation. And I'm going to give you guys kind of a better indication of where all of the price decline is happening. By now, we all know that there is price decline. It is spreading across the nation, but it is unevenly dispersed, right? So we're going to go over that stuff today, you guys. Do me a favor while you're watching this. I know this is live. I'm going to ask you guys I'm going to take some of your guys' questions here in a minute, but hit the like button if you guys can. Hit the like button, hit the notification button. Something's wrong with YouTube, you guys. Now, a couple stories, and then we'll get started with the data. So it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. I was talking to a good friend who's actually a broker out in San Diego and Las Vegas. And I was talking to him, and and this is no knock to him, but he's also a realtor out in San Diego. And he was like, Travis, the market's so crazy in San Diego. It's only down about 5%. Hurrah, hurrah. There's people buying again in San Diego. And I was like, okay. So I pulled up the Redfin data center and I showed him that actually San Diego it was on the year-over-year price decline list. It barely just got over the year-over-year price decline list again, but San Diego was down double digits. I believe it was down 11.3%. So I told him that, and he was like, what? Wow, whatever. But I'm telling you guys that because I think right now there's going to be a lot of people that are blindsided. And that's including the professionals, that's including the realtors. That's similar to what happened, you guys, back in 2007. A lot of people kept their heads in the sand and were blindsided. So I'm starting to see that right now. So, in other words, I don't necessarily think realtors and investors are necessarily manipulating people necessarily. I have to be careful because some are absolutely, but I think there is a handful of people that they really don't know what's going on. They see, a sudden flourish of sales, a little bit of a sales boom, a little bit of buyers come back in the market, and then all of a sudden everything's okay again. Who cares about quantitative tightening? Who cares about, Austin, Boise, Phoenix, Vegas, all of these price crash cities? Let's just YOLO it. So it really woke me up because that's what happened to me last time. I got blindsided last time and I was a professional. And that's one of the problems with our industry and with the realtors. A lot of realtors, even investors, not all, there's some great realtors, there's some great investors, but they get stuck in the cheerleading mindset. And when someone's stuck in that cheerleading mindset, it doesn't really allow them to properly educate themselves because they're always going to have a biasness, a financial biasness. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, that happened yesterday. And then I also got a comment from a realtor about San Diego as well. And the crazy thing is the comment that I got about San Diego basically said the same thing as my friend. So I actually deep dived into San Diego. This is crazy. But the thing with San Diego, they also have valid points, which is it's overvalued and there's not a lot of new construction. So in other words, tread lightly. There's a lot of conflicting data. Now, something else, second story, and we have about 200 people online, and that's good. So I'll go into the price decline timeline here in a second. But second story, you guys, I was filming my Metro video yesterday. I'm going to drop that at 2 p.m. today. You guys watch it. It's a Houston boots on the ground, fire sale, new construction video. 2 o'clock today. You guys make sure to watch that. Little bit heartbreaking though, because my last scene, it was a 6-minute scene. It was in the middle of this giant field of this master plan community, and my audio cut out. So super heartbreak. I worked really hard. My audio cut out, so I don't have an outro. I'm gonna make an outro in my studio. But while I was filming that, guys, I was going around the sales offices in this new construction community, and I got this on camera. I actually had a subscriber pull over, get out while I was filming, and he ran up on me like, "Oh my God, real estate mindset." Blew my mind, you guys. He's from Florida. He was a cash buyer, and this is what he told me, and this is really, what I want to tell you guys. First of all, super humbling. I walked outside. I was doing some video. I had my camera. He pulled over. Real estate mindset really touched me, with that love. But this is what he told me, guys. He's like, Travis, I'm a cash buyer. I want to make an offer on a house, and I don't have any representation. Again, cash buyer looking at new builds, no representation. And this is what he told me. He's like, Travis, you need to set up your back end. I wanted to use you. I would have reached out to you, but you keep telling your viewers that you're not in the origination, right? You're not in the sales. So, I'm saying that because if I would have represented this man, right? If I would have set up my back end and said, you guys, don't buy, I don't think you should buy, but, hit me up, hit me and my team up. Let me sell your leads. Let me make a whole bunch of money. I told him basically the reason I'm not doing that is I feel like people will get it twisted. If I start profiting in an environment that I'm saying that people need to be cautious about, to me, I lose credibility, right? To me, it just doesn't make sense. So I told this man, I'm like, listen, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to set up my back end until I believe, for the most part, it's time to buy. And I told you guys, if I decided to set my back end up right now and, start doing realtor stuff again, I could make 50 grand in 40 days. I actually think it's more than that now, especially because I could have made 18 grand with this guy. But I looked at him in the face, man, and I'm like, it's just not worth it. Even if one person misunderstands what I'm saying and they go out overextended, they purchase an overvalued house, I don't want to be part of it. So I don't want to be part of it. I don't know if he's listening right now, but pretty crazy. But he looked at me, he's like, Travis, you're leaving money on the table, right? A subscriber said that to me. He got out of his car, came up to me. He's like, Travis, you're leaving money on the table. I needed your help. I could have used you, right? So really, really interesting story. I thought, at least, you guys, I was really humbled by that. But I just, I want to walk out what I'm saying, right? I'm renting right now. I'm warning people. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Do I want to make a whole bunch of money? Yeah. It would be nice to make a whole bunch of money, but not at the expense of leading people to financial ruin. Now, I understand, cash buyer, well-qualified buyer, it's a little bit different. But it's just not. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Deuster, I see you. Jeff, I see you guys. Robot, let's get absolutely bonkers. But you guys, though those are the two stories, let me jump in now and let us speak about some other stuff here. Where I'm going to start, y'all, is, let me pull this up real quick. We're going to go over something that I really think is important for us to understand. Okay, now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over what happened last time. Okay, so we're going to take a look back in history at 2007, and we're going to figure out how long were home values going down and how long did it take to rebound. Okay, so really what we're going to look at is Q1 of 2021. Okay, so here's Q1 of 2007. And you guys, real quick, let me just make a point real quick, if I may. Okay, so I don't know if there's something wrong with my brain or something, but when I'm speaking, I hear different things. Like, I can never say Cape Coral. It's Cape, or I'll say Cape Coral or whatever, right? You guys, here's the thing. Just to redefine my definition of a crash, I'm not saying it's 15% from the peak to trough is my definition of a crash, not in 1 year. So I accidentally said that a few times, guys. I don't know if there's something wrong with my brain. There probably is. There's probably a lot wrong with my brain, as you guys could tell. But 15%, okay, from peak to trough is my definition of a crash. Bare minimum of a crash, by the way, is what I'm saying. Just wanted to clear that up. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I want to show you guys how long it took last time. So if we look at Q1 here, basically took to about Q1 of 2013 right here. Okay, wait, where's Q1 2013? Okay, so just to put this in perspective, you guys, the last time around from the peak to, basically catching up to prices again, And this is a different chart. By the way, different data will yield you different results. This is the median sales price from Fred. This is not Case-Shiller. But I just wanted to, let you guys know it took 6 years last time. Okay, so it took 6 years last time. I'm going to pull up, and really show you. But I also want to talk to you guys about basically the decline. So from 2007 right here to Q4 of 2007, we had a price decline of, let me pull up this calculator real quick. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys 2007, I'll do the math for you. Okay, so we take 257, 400 minus 238. 400. Okay, so we had a price decline roughly of 19,000. We divide that into 257, 400, 7.3%. And again, this is not Case-Shiller, you guys. This is different. Okay, but that's a 7.3% decline in 2007. I just wanted you guys to know that, because a lot of people are saying that the housing market's not declining, and I'm saying, you guys, it's actually is crashing, and it is crashing at a historical fashion. Now, this is for 2008. So 2008, we lost, according to this chart, $11,400. And you guys, these aren't necessarily giant drops. It's just everyone was trapped in their house with an inability to pay. Just saying, everyone was trapped in their house with an inability to pay. So again, and this is not Case-Shiller, this is just Fred. So in 2008, we had a 4.8% decline. You guys, we have 11% depending on what you're looking at. What's up, Johnny? I want you to log online, Johnny. I love you, bro. I'm not nervous, man, because I deal with you and I can conquer. You keep me sharp, Johnny. I got the hats. Thank you, brother. Vital Signs, I see you, Vital. I love you, Vital Signs. Hang tough, Vital Signs. Johnny, listen, talk to Vital Signs. You guys live in the same area. Vital Signs, Johnny I Fly. Y'all get together. You're in the same market. And also Vital, Johnny's the dude is so smart. He built houses. He's a brilliant dude. So Vital, get with Johnny. He's an expert in that market. I'm not sure if you guys live, exactly the same place, but let's take a look at, let's see here. And really after that, you guys, it kind of went sideways for about 3 years, but I just wanted to point out the fact that it was a 6-year recovery period. And, it is what it is, you guys. A 6-year recovery period is pretty brutal if, you are thinking the house market is just going to crash, but let me show you guys with this form. So once again, what I'm saying is from here, all right, so that was the peak in 2007. Oh my gosh, my writing is so bad. You guys see how bad my writing is? Geez. But that's the peak in 2007. So I just wanted you guys to know it did take, okay, let me try to draw a straight line. Okay. It did take 6 years for recovery, okay, from the peak. So 6-year recovery from the peak based on this chart. It's not Case-Shiller, okay? So 6 years to recover, you guys. It takes time, all right? And again, remember this. In the first year, 2007, year one, okay? You guys, look at how bad my handwriting is. I cannot get used to this iPad. Okay, so we had a loss of, hold on one second, you guys. 7.3%. Second year in 08. You guys, I have no idea why my handwriting is so bad today. I'm like shaking a little bit. I think it's because maybe I am really nervous and I'm just lying. I don't know. But again, first year, 7.3% loss. Second year, 4.8% loss. Just wanted to really, kind of shed your, eyes on that a little bit. And then basically, y'all, here's what happened. So we had basically 3 years of price decline. Okay, so 3 years of price decline. But I also want you to point out this right here. Okay, so basically right here, you guys, to right here, prices were basically sideways. All right. So what we're looking at here, and this is really what I'm trying to say, what we're looking at here is the last time around, there was a 6-year, again, according to this data, I know it's not Case-Shiller, okay, but according to this data, we actually had a 6-year recovery time and we had price decline. And this is overall, obviously, guys, it is hyper-local. It is about hyper-local market. So understand that I am saying that it is about hyper-local market. That is for sure. But the thing is, guys, we had 3 years of decline followed by 3 years of basically a plateau without any home growth. So 3 years of decline, 3 years essentially no home growth. All right. So put it in perspective. If you're impatient in your own local housing market, understand it takes time. You know, it's really easy for things to go up, hard for them to go down. So if you guys want lack of meds, shaky, maybe it's lack of food. I don't know. Maybe I'm pushing myself too much. I got like dehydrated yesterday, Eric. I just got out of like a medical procedure like a week ago. I think I'm healed from it. Took me actually a bit, but you guys want to shoot up some questions? Go ahead. I'm setting up the next clip. Shoot up some questions if you want, or any comments about what I just went over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over actually the rental decline that we are seeing as well. So we'll go over the rent decline. But you guys have any comments about what I just went over? Let's see here. A realtor YouTuber in Florida. Let's see what this says. Realtor YouTuber in Florida claims anyone calling this a crash is doing it for the money. She said a crash is only 20% decline year over year. I mean, I don't get it, man. I mean, I hope that I'm proving to you guys, Kelly, like if I wanted to make like serious money, I could make serious money right now. I could probably make $500,000 this year. If I was like, you know what? It's only about the money. Let me set up my back end. Let me just lead people off a cliff. You know, oh, I warned them, but let me still make money off of them. No, man. You know, I'm not doing that, Kelly. I could greatly increase my income if I decided to do that. The reason why a lot of realtors say that, Kelly, is because it's a defensive mechanism, so that you look at those people with ill intent and you respect them. So it's a normal thing. I'm going to cover San Antonio, you guys. I'm going to do a metro. I couldn't do it this weekend. I wanted to go out there this weekend. I had too much scheduled for the week on my main job. So I have multiple meetings. On Monday, I'm actually teaching how appraisals work to a whole bunch of realtors. So we're going to go over appraisal value. I love you, Eric. Appreciate you. You guys, any more questions here? Let me throw out this Vital. Vital, get with Johnny, man. I'm serious. Johnny, get with Vital. For existing at record lows. What do you think? When do you think this will improve? Vital, I am pretty sure it's already improved, brother. I got to pull up your local housing market, but when we compare to where we were at last year, it's a massive improvement. Historically low, and that's what's also wrong with San Diego. Y'all's inventory is low. So we do need more inventory. And I'm lucky because I'm getting a lot of inventory from new construction. But just hang tight, man. We're just in the second inning here. It shows you guys 6-year recovery, 3 years price decline based on just that data. So it's going to take some time, brother, especially if you don't have a lot of new construction in your area, in my opinion. So I think it's going to improve also, Vital. Like, I really think the cat is going to be out of the bag once we go into inventory dump season, which is spring and summer, which is like, what, 2 weeks away. So I think we're going to see a lot of stuff, but keep me updated, Vital. You're definitely on my radar, man. And I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So just keep us informed. Okay, man? Jesse, hey, Travis, longtime watcher here. Could you check out the Colorado Springs area? From what I've seen, prices already dropped 7% from their peak, hoping it drops at least another 13%. So Jesse, listen, man, I want you to go to Redfin Data Center. Okay, I want you to go to Redfin Data Center. I want you to find out for yourself. My channel is not about scaring you and crippling you in fear. It's about awareness, sounding the alarm, and empowering you to find out. Because quite frankly, you guys, even the realtors and industry professionals are going to get blindsided. And that was the story I shared with you in the beginning. So please do your work, Jesse. Go to Redfin, look at the weeks of supply, look at the median sales price decline. Also, thank you forever complimented my shirt. It is a rainbow trout. This is actually an inside joke from one of my only trainers in YouTube who actually used to break my heart all the time and make me a better person. He hates rainbow trout. So Raynell, you're probably not watching, but this is for you, brother. Love you, man. Boise area is in really bad shape. I'm definitely planning on going to Boise. Phoenix is going down. So Wolf is out there in Phoenix. Thank God he is. You're welcome, Vital. Thank God Wolf is out there in Phoenix. And Wolf, you're a mod now, brother. So don't silence anyone that's ranting. If it's just a realtor ranting, don't silence them. Let them speak. It's important that y'all see what they're saying. But if there's hate or scam bots, all right? So just look out for the hate, look out for the scam bots. It is what it is. But Wolf, here's why I really, respect about Wolf. He's in the Phoenix area. So he went out to Desert Oasis, I believe, in Copper Canyon, which I believe is going to be like the epicenter of house price crashes in Phoenix. And he double checked what I said. And I'm really appreciate him doing that, because there was like some hater realtors coming on saying every one of those houses under construction has a contract. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Even though I flew there, walked into the sales center, and got the entire scoop. So appreciate that support, brother. It's really reassuring. All right, and I'm going to move on to the rent here in a minute, you guys. And had the worst luck you would be Sitting pretty well right now. Yeah. Here's the thing. I mean, no one's arguing that real estate eventually goes up. What I'm saying specifically, Anthony, just so you understand my point, there were millions of people that lost their house and were chained to it for a long time, which led to a massive surge of short sales, financial ruin, and foreclosure. Because if you don't have the ability to sell or refinance and you're chained to your house and something bad happens in life, you're stuck and done. And really, that's my point. But yeah, if you made it out through that horror and that hell, yeah. Just like right now, if you guys decided to buy right now and say we correct for 10 years and we go through 10 years of hell, sure. Yeah, you buy right now, wait for 10 years, but understand if anything changes in your life, you can't do nothing. Now, personally, I want to be free to move and to invest and to do what I want. I don't want to be strapped to my house with an inability to do anything, because number one reason people move is not interest rate, y'all. It's not interest rate, it's employment. And then we got divorce, sadly. What's the divorce rate? 50%. Medical issues. I mean, come on, man. I mean, there's so many reasons, right? So, he's going to go on and say about what you can afford for the long term. Market timing is not a strategy. Yeah. And also buying an overvalued house is not a strategy as well. I'd call it a foolish strategy if you're going to buy an overpriced house and you're going to shackle yourself. But one thing that I do agree with him, obviously he's on the other side of the coin. That's fine. And that's what I'm saying, you guys. We need people with opposing opinions, as long as it's not just emotion, because it's going to keep us stronger. I ask myself almost every single day, what if I'm wrong? Right? Because I'm talking to all you guys. So I'm constantly, what if you're wrong, Travis? Keep looking at the data. What's the perspective? So I'm going to, I'll give Anthony credit. When you do buy, if you guys do buy right now, he's 100% right. Buy what you can truly afford. And I'm worried though, you guys, most people, because I've been in this business for 2 decades, most buyers push their qualification. They push their loan to the max. All right. And when you're pushing your loan qualification to the max, your DTI to the max, you can get into trouble. So I really value what Anthony's point here is like truly afford it, right? But the sad thing is, Anthony, is most buyers aren't as savvy. Most buyers aren't like that. Sadly, most buyers are kind of foolishly purchasing based on emotion, not based on strategy, not based on long-term view, not based on what they can afford. They're going to purchase based on the granite, stainless steel, and new paint. And it does suck, man. I mean, and I think if you're in the industry, you would, you would feel the same way. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna go move on to the rent, you guys. Travis, what's up with these lumber? Dude, I don't even know why you want to get me in trouble, Dave. I don't want these guys to have a meltdown. I think it's ego. I think it's arrogance. I don't know, man. I mean, we have all the data. I think what happens with certain investors is they have like this, 100 doors, and they think that whatever happens in their personal portfolio is the reality. So, it is what it is. It's okay. But if you want to listen to other people, listen to other people. Okay. Was there ever a time in history when other markets like equities have went down, but real estate didn't? So, I mean, I would say plenty of times where markets went down and real estate didn't, to be honest with you. I don't really like talking about the stock market for obvious reasons. Anyways, let's see. Let me see here, you guys. Let me see if there's anything else. And I'm going to move on to the next part, which is the rant. Let me just scroll down and see if there's anything cool here to cover. Bonkers, dude. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. All right, I'm going to move on, you guys. Maybe Dave Ramsey had a point. Well, yeah, he does have a point. His point is call him and he'll refer you to a realtor, insurance company, or loan officer because he gets mad money from his lead generating machine. Just saying, you guys. And we're going to go over Dave Ramsey because that housing mile, the house crash map that we're about to look at, it shows price decline. All right. And I love Jeff's point here. I mean, he has a really good point. Guys, real estate does not go up. Only the money supply gets expanded. And if you really think about what he's saying, it's true. I mean, and can listen to what he's saying and then compare that concept to what happened in 2007. Okay. It's the same thing. In 2007, there was too much money that was accessible in the form of subprime mortgages and deregulated mortgage, y'all. Stated income, 580 credit score, no down payment. They threw so much money in the, about 2002 to right before the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Consumer Protection Act. So about like 2002 to 8-ish, because in '08 all the banks started going under. But he's right. And what happens is sometimes it doesn't necessarily matter how much supply you have, because there's too much money being put into the, into buyers, into the consumers. So it's a hyper demand thing. But Jeff's right. And if you guys look at it like that, it's a really, really good point. Let me see what Deuster has to say. What's up, Deuster, brother? Let me pull up Deuster's comment, and then I'm going to get started on the rent portion, you guys. Johnny, what's up, man? Okay, so Vital, get with Johnny. Johnny, get with Vital. I'm not joking. I need, and Johnny, I'm serious, man. I need you to take care of Vital. He's losing it a little bit. He's getting impatient. Talk some love into that, man. Where you at, Deuster? Let's see. Deuster, appreciate the live on Sunday morning, bonkers. Dude, Deuster, I love you, man. I really love Deuster. He's a well-positioned buyer. Love you guys. Love you guys a lot. Jeff, I think this is different than the 80s, brother, because of, the massive run-up, right here. This massive run-up, right? We didn't have that in the 80s. That is so bad. That's so bad. You guys know what I mean? Deuster, mad love to you. All right, guys, I'm going to get going on the rental part here. Fed not selling is keeping them, but they're not renewing either. Well, we could check out MBS. There's a Fred chart as well. Okay, check this out, you guys. Just this last thing. You want to know where the fear, uncertainty, and doubt comes from? People sometimes comment, good thing for you guys that I actually lost everything and I'm not milking the influence that I have here for lead generation. So good thing I lost everything, and good thing I'm not getting paid off you guys, so that I'm being real. The real fear, uncertainty, and doubt is coming from realtors saying you're going to be trapped in your house. If you don't buy now, your rent's going to go up 10%. That's the real fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Just FYI. So all the guys that I love, and you guys know Scott, Orlando, Steve, Todd, Michael, I call them, talk to them to make sure that they're good people. Anyways, you guys, I'm so sorry. But they get attacked as well, especially, it's not my place to say, but Orlando, the racist remarks, man, it's really heartbreaking. But anyways, guys, let me go and show you this now. Let me make sure I am set up here. Okay. So here's what we have here. This is the CoreLogic US annual rent price growth. And, again, I really wanted just to make a point to pull this up, because these realtors are still trying to convince people that if they don't buy right now, that they're going to get trapped in their house. Rent's going to go up 11%. Saying something like that, it should be illegal, but, it is just their opinion. And, who am I to say? I'm sharing with y'all my opinion. And I will be sourcing this information, you guys. But here's the CoreLogic US annual rent price growth. Now, it did drop by nearly half a point in December. This is only to December, so we're missing January and February. But first thing is let's point out, bullet point. You guys, why am I so shaky? He's like, take medication. I don't know, man. I think it's because I'm excited to talk to you guys. But first bullet point, U.S. single-family rental price growth rose by 6.4%, but that's year over year. December 2022 compared to a 12.1% growth in December 2021. So at the very least, we can say that rental price growth is obviously slowing down. But you guys know that we're in a rental bubble. Let me hide that comment. Deuster, again, brother, I appreciate you, Deuster. You know that. Now, second thing is rent price gains have risen about an average of $300. That's crazy over the past 2 years. And that may not sound like a lot but for people that are struggling, an extra $300 a month is a lot of money. Orlando, Florida, and Miami again posted the highest U.S. annual rental cost increases, while Phoenix saw the lowest growth. So Phoenix is having issues, you guys. Let me go down here a little bit, and let me just read a couple paragraphs, and I want to kind of go over these charts with you guys. Now, rent price declined. Okay, so we're right here, okay? Rent price gains declined in December for the 8th straight month, okay, on an annual basis. But the 6.4% national increase remained higher than pre-pandemic levels. Also, major tech company layoffs, okay, maybe that's what's going on in Seattle and in Boise, okay, are making headlines. A still relatively healthy U.S. job market is keeping rent prices elevated, with the national unemployment rate hovering near a decade low in December. If you guys really want to go into the unemployment rate, watch some other channels. They really break down why that unemployment rate is so misleading. But the job market's impact on rental growth has been particularly evident And places like Miami. Dude, Florida is just so intriguing to watch. Florida has remained so strong, which led the country for annual increases throughout most of 2022. Miami's unemployment rate was, listen, oh my gosh, 1.6%. That's insane. In December, the lowest of the 20 metros for which CoreLogic publishes rental cost data. Isn't that shocking, guys? I mean, Miami, I've been watching Miami like crazy because it's so overvalued. But take a look at this chart right here. Now, this chart, let me see if I can zoom out there for you guys. Now, this chart here is, it's the National Single Family Rent Index year-over-year percent change. So this is percent change by tier, SFR, low, medium, high tier. But none of that really matters. What I really want to show you guys is it's going down, right? So it peaked. All right. So even if rent isn't going down yet, you're not seeing rent going down yet, which I'm seeing it go down in my market here in Houston. I lost a tenant. I know this for sure. So if I wanted to just use my emotions, like, no, rent's going down. Don't listen to these other guys. I know for sure. Cause my world, my thought process is the world. My feelings are reality, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. But I just wanted to show you that every metrics is down. Okay. Now that's growth. This is not decline. This is not representing decline. This is only representing it's a decelerating. Okay. Because we were in a massive bubble. Now here's a single family rent index year over year. Okay. This is a year over year percentage change. Now here's what's interesting. Okay. So the light blue is 2021. The dark blue is 2022. So you can look at Miami, you guys. Look at Miami. So Miami went up over 35%. Okay. Over 35%. Insane in 2021. But you can see here, it has definitely slowed down. Pretty much everything has slowed down. And I'm really trying to make that point. Now, obviously, you guys, Phoenix, depending on the metrics that you're looking at, Phoenix is already year over year decline, but we're just looking at CoreLogic right now, obviously, you guys. So it's not quite there yet, according to CoreLogic. And I wanted to use CoreLogic reports because it's a little bit different than Redfin and Zillow. So anyways, here's something. This is single family versus detached. Not really important. Again, it's just showing you guys it's going down. Okay. The rate at which it was growing, the rate at which rent was accelerating is going down, and it's probably a result of the unaffordability and probably a result of obviously the bubble that we're in and unfortunately oversupply. Okay, so do me a favor, you guys, shoot up some questions about what I just went over. I'm going to prep my next article I'm going to read with you guys, which is the crash map. Okay, so we're going to go over the crash map. We're going to look around the nation, but go throw up some questions if you can. Let me know what you guys are seeing in your own rental market. If you guys are actively, Phoenix is a mess. It's crazy that there's still realtors that aren't even seeing that and aren't even warning people. But you guys throw up some comments so I can share them with the viewers about your rental market. Let me know if you see rent going up in your market, or if, like me in my Houston market, I see rent going down everywhere, including my own rental property. Eventually, real estate always goes up. I mean, last time it took 6 years, depending on the data. Some data says 10 years. But it's eventually, in my opinion, everything's going to eventually go up, in my opinion. I think it's going to take time, man, because, again, the money printing, right? Okay, let's see here. What's up, Mark? You guys throw some stuff up. And then Robot, tell me what metro you're in, Robot. All right, here's what Mark is saying. Watching from Katie, hoping to buy a home by year end in west side of Houston. Any tips? Job market here is strong. Thank you for educating us. Yes, Mark, many tips. As you're waiting for the end of the year, increase your credit, all right? Understand that the best way generally to increase your credit, no more problems, right? No more late payments, but also credit card debt is like king, okay? So make sure your credit cards are not even close to being maxed out. You never want to go over 30% of your credit line. That's called utilization ratio. That's usually the best way to increase your credit. But there's also tiers of FICO score improvement depending on how far under 30%. So what I tell people is just don't use your credit cards, right? Buy a stick of gum because you want an activity reported on your credit cards at least one time in 6 months or they'll deactivate it. And also never close your credit card accounts, you guys. It can actually harm your credit. I don't know if you knew that. It can actually harm your credit. So Mark, also, I want you to start reaching out to realtors. Don't sign a buyer's rep agreement, but reach out to realtors and have them start doing a market analysis on Katy so that you understand what a great deal is, right? We need to understand what a great deal is. In order to understand what a great deal is, we have to understand what happened in our housing market over the last 3 years. So have them do a market analysis, Mark, on Katy for the last 4 years. Go back 2018, 2019, 2021, and you know what? Go back 5 years to 2022 and get the average price per square foot of sold property, average square footage, average median sales price, and have them do a rental workup as well. Okay. Let's see, guys. Okay, so Robot seeing rent go up. Robot, what area are you in, Robot? What area are you in, brother? Let me know. And also, if you're a realtor, throw some comments up if you don't agree with me. As long as you guys are respectful, kind of respectful, I'll even take a little bit of pettiness. That's fine. Throw up some comments and explain why you don't agree with what I've said so far, okay? I think we can all value from that. All right, let's see here. Hi, Travis. My wife and I bought a home 3 years ago in SC when prices and rates were low. We are very unhappy here and looking to move either to DE or MD. We have money saved and equity in our house. Okay, that's a tough situation. So hopefully they got a low rate, so they could probably cash flow. They could probably turn that to a rental and get the heck out of there. But there you guys go. I mean, there's someone right there. They bought 3 years ago. They have a tremendous amount of equity, low rate, and they want to move. They don't like it there. There's many reasons to move, you guys. There's not just because you have a 2% doesn't like magically make you stay in your house. There's no magic. It's just we got lucky during COVID and rates went down, and so a lot of people took advantage of it. Let's see what Jeff has to say, and then I'm going to get to the crash map here in a minute, you guys. I mean this respectfully, but look at all these people in here sitting, waiting for the market to drop. Prices will not collapse until everyone here buys. There's too much support. I love you all. So let's analyze what Jeff is saying. Okay. Now, understand that where Jeff is coming from is he's in a housing market that's super stable and his box is super small, right? He has this price point, this area specifically. So it's a really tiny box. And he is frustrated, and he is also right about what he's saying. Now, the thing is, I really want to point out is no one should be just sitting and waiting for the market to drop. Okay. If we're waiting, like I'm waiting on the sidelines, we should be empowering ourselves, credit, income, assets, understanding what a good deal is, even encouraging other people. So don't just sit and wait. Now, what he's saying is basically until we get all of these like salivating buyers, right? These gung-ho buyers to just get them out of the way, let them keep buying because that's only going to last so long. There's only so many people that could even afford these prices. Half the nation's priced out. So what his point is, and Jeff, let me, correct me if I'm wrong here, but his point is let them buy. And until all of that big money, that wasteful spending stops, there's too much buying support is his point. Now, in my market, Austin, Boise, it's the complete opposite. Now there is like hyper supply and demand's completely shattered. So my thing is like in metros like with Jeff, we need to give specifically metros like his metro, we need to give it more time, to settle into this next cycle of housing market, unfortunately, because he is in a high demand area. And when you have low supply, high demand, even when the market's crashing, it's going to lag, right? But my point is to everyone, what a good deal today is may be a horrible deal 2 years from now. So great deal today may not be a great deal tomorrow, right? But I feel for you, brother. I definitely feel for you. So what's up, RGW? Rent is still high. Yeah, it's high everywhere. I would argue for sure. Let's see here, you guys. Here's Anthony again. But the good stuff moving ready. Yeah. So Anthony has a point in this, and I like this because this kind of goes into what Jeff was saying. So, and then that's how it works in real estate. If it's priced sanely, you see how it says sanely, like that's the key ingredient. If everything will sell if it's priced right, you guys. So everything will sell if it's priced right. So if it's priced right, it's going to sell. And if it's the best house on the block, everyone loves it, it's going to sell. But in an environment like this where things are overvalued, high interest rates, again, there's only so many buyers in the retail and the consumer sector that can even afford to do this. So I personally think a lot of people just, became bag holders that purchased again. Let's see here, you guys. I'm gonna go into the rent. I don't see rent up $200 over 1 year. So what about right now? I really don't. Year over year is good in a balanced market per se, but when we're in reverse trends right now, I don't like looking at year over year for obvious reasons. Okay, let me move on, you guys, and I'm gonna take just. Oh my gosh, I'm way far behind. Okay, we had planned on moving to Austin from Austin to Houston, but with house prices crashing in Austin so fast, might stay here. Exactly, you guys. Austin is nutso right now. I'm gonna do a report up there as well. Let me see if I could scroll down here. Oh dang, in Conroe, and this is where the video I did, you guys. I did a video in Conroe. Please watch that. It's 2 o'clock. I worked super hard. I brought a drone pilot with me. Got some drone shots as well. But I butchered that last scene and the audio went down. We have a house listed for lease and it has been priced. Oh, okay. So again, Houston, you guys, I see the market, the rental market falling apart here in Houston. I'm accessing live data. So she's kind of confirming that she has a home for lease in Conroe and they have price reduced from $21 to $2,000. Now, I know we're in a horrible time of year to lease as well, but that just shows you guys there's not an overwhelming demand here for rental. This is crazy. 30,000 rental apartments. I mean, what do you guys think that's going to do to the rental market? It's crazy. Okay, so Johnny starting to see rent starting to drop, apartments starting to offer free rent because they do not want to advertise the lower monthly rent. So, I mean, it's happening, you guys. Let's see here. Nashville, is it still over 1K cheaper than the mortgage? So I think he's saying, is it sideways in Nashville? So we got people reporting. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Real estate market has just begun. You haven't seen anything yet. We're just in the second inning, you guys. I hope you guys saw that by the timeline that I showed you on that Fred economic data chart. You know, everyone wants the housing market. Well, not everyone. A lot of people want the housing market to, crash tomorrow. Oh, so I guess it's pretty stable in Germany. That's pretty funny. All right, guys, I'm going to move on to the crash map. Oh, Edmund, what's up, Edmund? Orlando, you should join the live, Orlando. Should join the live when I get to the Q&As, man. Love Orlando. I was just talking about you, Orlando, actually. Okay, let's see here. Let me go to that. Someone give me a super chat. I really appreciate that. You guys don't have to do that. I tell you that all the time. I'm so far up on these comments. Geez, I'm trying to scroll down. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm passing a lot of comments because I'm trying to get to the next part of the video. So I'm going to do that here real quick, but I just wanted to see this comment. Okay, let's see what they have to say. First of all, Larry, thank you for the support, man. You don't have to do that. I would prefer you saved your money, but I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. All right, but let's see what you have to say here. I'm going to the bottom of the chat now as well. Germany has rent control. All right, so for a place like Austin, although I could see home prices dropping another 15%, I do not see rental prices dropping. In fact, I see them stabilizing over the next few months. Okay, so, that could be, right? I would need to do more research in Austin, but we could definitely appreciate boots on the ground intel. That's worth another look. I'm only talking about, obviously what we just read, rent declining, decelerating for the last 5 months, according to Zillow and many other data providers, but it is uneven. I would be really surprised though, Larry, if rent is actually not declining because of the inventory, but I could be completely wrong in it. And maybe the rent is stabilizing because people can't afford to buy there. But it's worth looking at because, again, different markets act differently. And usually you can kind of pinpoint why it's doing that. But Larry, again, man, I really appreciate you speaking out on that. And I definitely appreciate your support, man. Don't think I do not. And thank you, man. I really appreciate it. So, all right, I'm going to go and let's go over this really cool map real quick, you guys. Let me go to the bottom of the comments. So we're going to go over this article real quick. Let me put this up for you. Okay. Now, this is a Fortune article. Yes, I do have the subscription. And yes, you do need a subscription in order to access it. But obviously, we've been seeing a ton of videos. We know, that we've lost $2.3 trillion in equity in, what was it? 6 months, was it? 5 or 6 months. So everyone knows by now we've lost $2.3 trillion in equity. Okay, so I just want to read a few things here and then we'll get to the price crash map. Now, let me go down here. All right, let's just start in the beginning, I guess. All right, I just want you guys to be able to see it. Can you guys see this okay? Hopefully I've zoomed in enough, but here's where I'm going to start. For 124 consecutive months, spanning the bottom of the housing crash in February 2012 through the top of the pandemic housing boom in June 2022, U.S. home prices posted positive month-over-month growth. Wow. That streak, of course, came to an abrupt end last year. So take a look at that. 124 consecutive months of price growth. So, let me talk about investors real quick and realtors. Like, I don't want to knock them. I want to work with them. To be honest with you, I feel like if we can have some really good conversations, with people that don't agree with everything we're saying, but you guys, it's really not hard to be successful in real estate, especially if you have 124 consecutive months of positive home growth. If the market only goes up, you're going to look like a genius, right? The hard part is when it all changes. Like, oh my gosh, what do we do? How do we, it's changing? How do we prepare? How do we stop? How do we warn people, right? But when we have 124 consecutive months and it's just going up, got to be careful with ego is my point there. All right. But we had 124 months that came to an abrupt end. Now, on one hand, since their peak, national home prices have fallen by fewer percentage points through November, according to the seasonally adjusted Case-Shiller National Home Price Index. On the other hand, the ongoing housing correction, we don't want to upset people, or I'm sorry. Well, I don't want to upset people. I'm trying to be a better person, but they also don't want to upset people. So they're using the term correction is already starting to have a financial and psychological impact on homeowners. And I want to, remind you, there's no question about price decline. And I just want to say we have price decline right now without foreclosure, without unemployment, and without hyper supply. Think about it. Without any of those things, we have historical price declines. Now, I believe a lot of that is, appreciate that, man. I accidentally looked at the comments. Appreciate you. This man's calling bonkers on this market. Boy, you know that. I gotta stop looking over there. I get super distracted. Anyways, I completely lost my train of thought. But my point is, let's move on. All right. So on Wednesday, Redfin published a report finding that total value of U.S. homes fell 2.3 trillion since the start of the home price correction. So pretty crazy. Let me show you guys another thing that I like now. I did this. Okay. There was another thing that I would really, okay. So the housing market has shed some of its value, but most homeowners will still reap big rewards from the pandemic boom. So in other words, you guys, anyone that bought like 4 years ago or 3 years ago is sitting really good because not only do they have like a lot of equity, maybe like 30% of equity, they also had a low interest rate. And just so you guys know, again, a little bit about my channel and my journey, I didn't really start doing regular videos like this until March, and I wasn't even monetized till like the second week of March. So I started in March. I haven't even been doing this for a year. It'll be a year actually in a week. It's my 1 year anniversary. But I wanted to make that point here. I wanted to read. Okay, take a look at this. This is something that I read in my last live right here. Okay, this is super important because we can remove the crystal ball. So let's remove the crystal ball and let's just listen to the Federal Reserve. All right. So no more crystal balls. Trust me, y'all. You don't want me to pull my crystal ball. My crystal ball is a roasting crystal ball. It's not a data crystal ball. It's like, here's my crystal ball. Here's why people are foolish. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use names. I'm not going to drop channel names. All right. And the reason is it hurts my soul. I could fight back, but it hurts my soul. And I think it hurts you guys. So I just don't want to do it. Now, on Wednesday, this is important. On Wednesday, minutes were released from the Federal Reserve meeting. Minutes were released, and it showed the Federal Reserve officials believe. Here we go. Okay. This is all you need to do. If anyone's arguing, if anyone's no market crash, read them this quote and say, are you smarter than the Federal Reserve? Or and say, do you want to fight the Federal Reserve? Say that. Are you fighting the Federal Reserve? Is your advice to fight the Federal Reserve? Because here's what it says. Valuations in both residential and commercial property markets remained high, and that the potential for large declines in property prices remained greater than usual. Again, not declines. Just point that out. Okay. Again, large. Let's circle it. Large declines. And we haven't even, I'm going to report more, you guys, on the commercial, but commercial is taking an absolute beating right now. Just wanted to point that out. But a few bullet points, you guys. Obviously, right now at the very least, we're having a massive slowdown in rent. Obviously, it's still unaffordable. Obviously, we have a rental bubble. And I also believe that the long-term rental market can be a catalyst for continued price growth. I'm sorry, continued price crash. You see how my brain, I feel like I'm saying something and it says something else. But I think that long-term rentals is going to be a catalyst. The rental market is going to melt down. It's already melting down, at least in my market. Also short-term rental like Airbnb. But here's the other thing, you guys. This is why I'm saying the rental market is going to be a catalyst. Most investors, not all, most investors are chasing appreciation. So you hear me? Most investors are, again, the new investors, not the smarter, better prepared. I don't want to say people are dumb, but like not the people that are better prepared. But I'm saying the new investors, a lot of them aren't even investing properly. They're investing in properties, chasing appreciation with negative cash flow. So from what I'm saying, there's a lot of investors that are not properly insulated and chasing appreciation. And Millennial Mike actually helped me with that, come to that conclusion and explain that. But they're chasing appreciation. And so when you chase appreciation and we maybe have 5 years of, repair that needs to be done in our housing market, they're going to be upside down for 5 years with an inability to sell, depending on what they purchased it. So again, a lot of investors are chasing appreciation. They're negative cash flow, and they have a horrible loan on the property. All right, say what you will, but that is what I'm noticing. So let me pull up this price crash map, you guys, real quick. All right, so someone say that, send this to Dave Ramsey. Okay, send this to Dave Ramsey. You guys remember, Dave Ramsey saying, and I pulled this up last time. Do y'all remember Dave Ramsey saying that, don't worry, guys, housing prices don't decline. Now's a great time to buy. Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Remember him saying that? Look at this map. Well, home prices have a funny way of not declining. You guys see what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to like beat anyone up. It's just the dude is saying things with such certainty and he has such a big influence circle. It's just really kind of disappointing, right? But take a look at this, guys. Let's kind of just see where the price is, crashing. Now, this is from peak to current, and this is only going to January. All right. And this is using their set of data. Obviously, we have different sets of data. We're just using their set of data. This is just till January. But I really want to point out California. California is getting smoked right now. Now, it's saying San Diego's down about 6%. According to Redfin, it's actually almost double that. It's actually about 11.3%. So go to Redfin as well. But look at San Diego's taking a hit. Riverside's taking a hit. Los Angeles taking a hit. I mean, pretty much everywhere in California is taking a hit except where Vital Signs is at. Dang it, Vital. I don't know if you're still listening. Like, I get it, dude. But look at mostly in San Fran, really, really deep drops. Again, this is more lagging data, but at least we're using different sets of data. Really, really crazy, you guys, how bad California is. I plan on doing a metro report in Riverside, San Diego, and Los Angeles because I'm going to be there for my grandma's 90th birthday in Southern California. So I'm going to do Los Angeles, the IE or Riverside, and San Diego. All right. But also take a look at Arizona. Arizona's in bad shape, man. I went to Phoenix, Arizona. According to this, again, according to Redfin, is down almost double what it's saying here. Okay. Exactly. It's a good start, brother. It's got to start somewhere. We can't snap our fingers and lose 30% equity. I mean, if we could, it would be awesome. It would be awesome, right? But it is a good start, and I'm glad you're acknowledging that, Vital. Like, hold on to that, man. I know you're frustrated, dude. I love you, man. Keep commenting, though. I need you to keep commenting. We need to watch you, okay? But look at Arizona, you guys, and also look at Nevada, Las Vegas specifically. Always Vegas. Every single time Vegas. Obviously, Reno, surprisingly down 7%. Love you, Vital. I see you, brother. Down 7%. Take a look at this, you guys. Boise is in super duper bad shape. So Boise is in bad shape. And now when I do my other metro video, I plan on doing basically San Jose. Let's see where we're at. Anyways, I'm planning on doing San Jose, Boise, and then Salt Lake City. All right. But I want to show you guys this. Take a look at Washington. I mean, Washington's crazy. The only thing I could look at, almost the entire state of Washington is going down. Not all of it. The only thing I could think of is like, why is Seattle going down so much? I think people are leaving there. Crime, politics, but I think it's a crime, overvaluation, and migration thing. I think people are leaving there. Also, job market taking a hit. So it's really interesting to see Washington take a hit like that. Obviously, Oregon. Now, I need to do more research on Bend, Oregon, because look at Bend, Oregon's like the number one leading right now almost as far as price decline. But many places in Oregon, as you guys can see here, down. And again, this is more conservative data, I would say. You know, Idaho Falls down 6.7%. I mean, Idaho is in some, you know, pretty crazy shape. Also, Utah, there's Salt Lake. Okay, pretty crazy. Here's Colorado. Okay, someone was asking about Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs, according to this, and go to Redfin and check, you know, the months of supply. Okay, so months of supply, check from Redfin. But this is Colorado Springs right here, down 4%. And then we have 2% here. We have 4.3% in Denver, 3.3, 3.1, a little bit there. Okay, no changes here. El Paso, I have no clue. I've been in El Paso. There ain't nothing good out in El Paso. In my opinion, for me, I'm not trying to knock people from El Paso, but take a look at Austin. Austin is getting smashed on, you guys. Austin down, again, to the conservative data. We'll use this conservative chart, okay? I don't want to talk about blue states or red states. I don't want to talk about politics because there's no way in heck that you can define someone based on who they vote for. I vote for the less of two evils, and I have no way define me on any presidential candidate. So the politics are like really brings out the worst in people. But anyways, look at Texas, you guys. Austin's all messed up. San Antonio down 2%. Dallas down 2.8. Houston down 1.6. Now, according to Redfin, Houston's down 11%. I don't know if you guys knew that. So again, this is lagging data. That's okay. Let's go on. Let me show you guys Louisiana, Lake Charles down. Look at that's not New Orleans. Okay, so that's down 7.6. New Orleans is down 3%. Let's go over in Florida, okay, because we're starting to see some stuff in Florida. You guys, look at Florida, down 2.7 here, 2.5 Northport, and we're probably, that's where the hurricane hit. Cape Coral 2.6, Naples 1.7, Miami, unbelievable with Miami. Just will not go down. Port St. Lucie is down 1.7. Palm Bay 1.7. Where's West Palm at? Okay, that's down. Daytona down 1.5. Jacksonville 1.22. Okay, I'm not going to go into who I think is less two evils, but let me just say I believe in life. So Atlanta's down 1.9%. That's really good to see. A lot of the places here not really down what we want to see yet. Again, look at Redfin. Redfin's a little bit more up to date, but look at here's North Carolina. I think someone had a North Carolina question. Distract markets. It never did before. Yeah, I agree with that comment there. Here's Raleigh, North Carolina. A lot of people ask me about Raleigh. It's down 3.7%. Okay. Durham down 3.2%. So Charlotte down 2.7. All right. So I'm trying to do the best I can here, guys, to cover this. Atlanta down 1.9. Boston down 2.6. Boston down 2.6. Barnstable down 1.3. Providence down 1.9. Let's see what else we got here. It's really hard to kind of zoom in here. All right, let's look at New York, okay? New York's not seeing much. New York, Glen Falls down 1.7. Kingston down 1.8. New York, Norwalk, Jersey City down 1.7. Ithaca, I think 1.4%. Buffalo down 1.5%. So those are the main areas right there. Let me look at South Carolina area. So South Carolina, Augusta is down 1.3. Charlotte, we covered already. Georgia, Atlanta is down. And not too much. Again, and this is just one set. Excuse me. This is just one set of data, you guys. Also look at Honolulu down 3.5%. Very interesting. Fairbanks down 1.5%. A lot of activity here, you guys. A lot of activity. And this is just the first. This map, I'm going to say, is just the first inning. Okay. See you later, Mike. I appreciate you, man. This is just the first inning, you guys. Just wanted to make that pretty crystal clear. But that's the video, you guys. That is your morning housing market update. Let me switch cameras. Okay. That's your morning housing market. Oh, my gosh. Did I not do Nashville? Okay. Hold on. Let me show you guys Nashville. Hold on. Nashville right here. Again, this is what I'm saying. Now go to Redfin Data Center and check the supply, right? But Nashville, according to this is lagging data, negative 3.1%. Okay, so negative 3.1% in Nashville. Now, really appreciate you guys. So I'm not sure. Let me see if Orlando messaged me and he's gonna jump on real quick. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, brother. Vital. Dude, I'm going to tell you, I told Jeff this, okay? How long did it take you to put yourself in that situation? I asked Jeff this. I'm like, Jeff, how long did it take you to save all that money? He's like, brother, it took me 10 years of hard work. I'm like, you want to throw that away because you have fear of missing out? Or, same thing to you, Vital. Remember what you went through to get where you're at, and then ask yourself, do you really want to be chained to a house, or even the potential to do that, right? We don't have a crystal ball. We know that, but we do have a lot of data. And we have, our past history to kind of learn from. I think that's fair to say, So guys, throw up, love you, Vital. Throw up some questions if you guys have some questions. And I hope you win, Jesse. I agree. So now that I kind of have a better, and actually I did a video on the updated report, actually. Lenders don't want to foreclose people. They do not want to foreclose people. Loan modification has been incredibly successful, incredibly effective. I agree with this. I'm going to pretty much say everything is too high. Appreciate you, Wolf. Appreciate you, man. Okay, take a look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. How did you get $145,000 student loan forgiveness? How did you do that? That's crazy. That's a lot of school loans. Anyways, guys, throw up some stuff. Let me just see if we're going to have any. Okay, Orlando's on his way back from church, so Orlando can't join. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Unless you guys have some questions you just want to throw up on the bottom here, I'll answer you guys' questions. I really appreciate you guys, obviously following along. And don't forget, you guys, around 2 o'clock today, I'm going to have my Metro report video. It is boots on the ground video. Let's just talk about this real quick. They're cheerleaders, man. I'm not trying to, there's some really good realtors. I know many that I would consider good, but the problem is they're stuck cheerleading when we need realtors to pivot. Let's say it like that. We need realtors to pivot and stop the cheerleading and start giving customers data and caution. Let them make up their own mind, but understand the data. Right now, it's just like my emotions are facts, right? I'm the best cheerleader you've ever met, and the way I feel is how things really are. That's what we see, man. I mean, that's how the realtors were. Appreciate you, Anthony, and good comments, Anthony. I definitely appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you stepping up. Now, what are your thoughts on no doc loans? Okay, so Okay, so regardless what people say, they were never called ninja loans, by the way. The term ninja loans is just like a marketing ploy. It's a cheerleading thing. Ninja loans, hawa, right? It sounds catchy. It's called NINA or CISA, no income, no assets, or stated income, stated assets. And my thoughts on that, my man, is people abused the crap out of it last time around, and it is a horrible, horrible idea. Now, the reason why no doc loans were made was predominantly for investors that had like Schedule C income, maybe Schedule E income that had a massive amount of tax deductions. So they couldn't calculate enough qualifying income. So it was mainly for like investors, but people that were working at McDonald's started using these. So in other words, I don't think it's good, man. I think it's actually a bad deal, especially right now. I think we need to tighten lending standards right now. All right. Let's see. What do you think the next 6 months is going to look like for the housing market? I mean, I think the next 6 months is going to be so spectacular. The next 6 months is going to be so important. What I see in the next 6 months is fear. I'm going to say it like this, guys. Let me do a little bit of I think this year, 2023, we're going to be able to find great deals. I think we will, as long as you know what that looks like, as the market is still a falling knife. The market's still going to be a falling knife in 2023, but I believe we're going to start seeing great deals. I think, Johnny, spring and summer are going to wake up so many people. I think spring and summer inventory dump is the rude awakening. And I see Q3, like after 6 months, Q3 and Q4 of this year, I think there's going to be a lot more great deals. And I believe Q3, Q4 of this year is going to be when we start seeing distressed selling Q3, Q4 of this year, Mark. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. But I think that people are in for a rude awakening. Okay. Bingo. I love it. Love it, Trevor. Love it, brother. Love it. Put it in perspective. You guys put it in perspective. It's true, Kim. They're getting a little bit more desperate, a little bit more hostile. That's okay. Here's the thing, man. It's kind of something you got to do. You guys don't want to do this by yourself. I'm telling you. Can you? Yeah, you can. You can represent yourself, but it's shady, man. It is shady out there, and these guys understand human emotion. I mean, they're master cheerleaders, and they understand emotion. I would definitely not suggest that you work without a realtor, man. I suggest that you find a great realtor. That would be my suggestion. Some of these documents as well, these are very binding. If you check the wrong box, you could be in big trouble. Also, the negotiation. They can fight and be mean on your behalf. So if you're a buyer, understand you don't even have to pay your realtor. So why would you not use one if you're a buyer? Listen, if you're a buyer, normally you don't even have to pay the realtor. The seller does. And a lot of people think they can get a better deal without a realtor. Usually that's completely wrong. I could get a better deal because I understand, I intimately understand this, but just be very cautious. Also, Lord, commercial financing. Commercial financing is a subprime of these days. Commercial financing is subprime. Mark my words. We're already seeing massive bankruptcies, companies going down, going under. But it is different than true subprime because normally commercial financing has 20% equity value in the collateral. Exactly. They do exist, Kev. Type in Google doctor loans. Type in Google doctor loans. They don't need to use all of your income. They can usually help you right outside of school. All right, guys, I think I am going to get, okay, so another rental is down. Okay. Seller's financing. What about through a major builder? It's risky. Just depends on the terms, Jason. Depends on the terms. You got to really look at the terms. A lot of these owner financings come with a prepayment penalty and a balloon. And a balloon is where like you have 5 years to pay it. If you don't pay the loan off in 5 years, the entire amount is due. So be careful if you're going to be the one receiving seller's financing, but some seller's financing could be very favorable. So you're just going to want to look at those terms, you guys. I mean, there's, okay. So no, it wasn't, because no income and no job are the same thing. And I started, Trevor, just to put it in perspective, I actually started in 2002 and actually, it was really crazy. I started right when rates hit like 5.5%, and people were like, "Oh my God, rates are 5.5%, 5.5%." If anyone was using Ninja, I would like, "What are you talking about?" So there is no job, and no income are the same thing. At least when you go CISA or Nina. So I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I did so many stated loans, Trevor. I used probably 100 different banks. With my mortgage company, I can definitely tell you there was absolutely zero Ninja programs, brother. Sorry. And I wrote probably 300 loans, by the way. But it's cool, man. Hurrah, hurrah. That's all right. I just didn't see it. Maybe you could pull up an article. Do this, Trevor. If since you own the company, right? You owned a large mortgage company. Hopefully it didn't fall apart, back then. Mine did. I actually also owned a mortgage company called Reality Mortgage. Went out of business. So just because I own a mortgage company doesn't mean I know everything. So if you can, Trevor, pull out some of those old pricing sheets and guideline sheets and email me any pricing sheet you have from that era that says Ninja loans, and I'll say sorry. All right. Any pricing sheet at all where, okay, you remember, like, here's your Nina pricing, here's your CISA pricing. Let me see the Ninja pricing. And I will say sorry, man, because I know I don't know everything, but I could just tell you from my experience and from my peers, there wasn't Ninja loans. I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, no income and no job is the same thing. It's Nina and CISA. Nina, CISA. All right. Fact, buy now because they are pushing for everything will stop. They will ban buying. Wow. That is quite a narrative right there. All right, let's see here. Question, do you think the Florida Gulf Coast will see more reductions in 2023 or 2024? Good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I think that we'll probably see, I don't know, man. It depends on the Federal Reserve U-turning, but I can see, I think it's going to be worse in 2023 versus 2024, but I still think there's going to be price decline in 2024 now that I've kind of reflected and meditated on the data. I don't know which year is going to be worse, to be quite frank. I think it's going to be 2023, Cindy. I don't know. Bingo. This is the video I did today. These new construction homes that are selling, you guys, I found like freaking like almost no homes in this master plan community. They did all the streets, they did the clubhouse, they did the stop signs so they can legally sell property in this master plan community, but there's like no building. So if you buy in one of these master plan communities, it may take 10, 15 years, 10, 15 years to finish. And that's the video that I'm going to be putting out later today. So you guys check that out, okay? Oh my gosh, man. Dude, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Thank you so. Oh, you didn't even give a message, man. You tipped me $50. You didn't even give me a message, brother. Thank you so much. That's endearing to me, you guys. It's not. It's just really endearing. I appreciate that, man. It was not necessary, brother. Oh, love you, man. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. Let's just put this dude up here one more time. I mean, dude, you guys don't have to do this. All right, you don't have to do it. It means a lot to me. Okay, let me see. Let me pull up Roman's real quick. Deuster, let me pull you up. Where's Roman? I missed Roman's comment. I'm sorry, Roman. I don't see your comment, man. Roman said, how do you know when new construction is selling homes so I do not buy in a ghost town? Oh yeah, I did answer that. I did answer that. It's selling homes. So you gotta go boots on the ground. You gotta, find out for yourself. Take a great realtor to help you figure this stuff out, brother. You want to be careful, Roman. And I'm so sorry. I should have answered your question in more detail the first time. I'm sorry about that. Roland, I don't know, man. I think that all places are going to have decline, even rural, because Texas is the #1 state of new construction. You guys know what I mean? #1 state new construction. All right, guys, let me just make sure that's it. Hello from Japan. Hey guys, appreciate you. Okay. Oh, I'm way up high on this. Let me scroll down here. Look, I really appreciate that. All right, let me read this. Something has to give just for the simple fact that everything is generally too expensive. This can't keep up. Average family is struggling. And that's the point I'm trying to make, you guys. We had all this price decline without the hypersupply, without the unemployment, and without the foreclosures. Because the systematic failure here, the sticky systematic failure here is unaffordability. It's inflation from quantitative easing. So we don't even have quantitative easing as an option. They put their foot off the pedal a little bit. Rates were still 6.5%, and people flooded into the market. So they're saying we may have hyperinflation followed by depression. I hope not. Let's just get this over with. Let me just scroll to the bottom, you guys, and I appreciate you. I think that's everything. Here's his question right here. So another thing, Raymond, is you want to make sure generally, again, when we're in a balanced housing market, that generally most of that community has been sold, right? You don't want to be like one of the first residences. In a normal market, yes. In a normal market, you do want that. But in this market, being how everything's crippling and slowed down and changing, you don't want to be the first person in some of these huge master plan communities, because it's going to be a ghost town for probably 10 years, 15 years even. And you guys will see that in my video at 2:00. I found multiple master plan communities right next to each other. So there was one master plan community that was probably like 40%, 50% done. And then right across the street was another master plan community that's like has nothing in it. And I'm just thinking to myself, why did you put that? It's like two Starbucks across the street from each other. Why did you put two Starbucks? Anyways, so make sure it's built out is what I would like to say, man. Would you buy BF rates reverse? I don't know, man. I'm not sure what this question is. If you're a cash buyer, if I was a cash buyer, I wouldn't use all my cash to buy. Not at all, you guys. I would definitely not use all my cash because I believe liquidity is going to really get us paid in this market. I wouldn't do it all. Okay, let me just do this last thing here, you guys. Why is it when you go to Zillow on realtors, there's only a few new construction listing, and then you go to the websites and they're all over the place? And listen, guys, listen to what I'm saying, okay? I don't think we have an inventory problem in Texas. In fact, I don't think we have an inventory problem in many areas, especially if you're as blessed as us in Texas, where we have new construction everywhere. Most of their inventory isn't even on MLS. It's not even on MLS. Crazy. It's crazy. They hold that off of the market, and then check if you have access to MLS. Check new builds in MLS, and then go to Lennar and see how many houses they really have. And even when you go to the Lennar website, you go into their offices and they still tell you what's not even on the internet, what's not even on their website. And also, I mean, they have some dirty tricks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They have some dirty tricks. You guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try to do a couple videos real quick, and then I got to start editing. Denver. So we looked at Denver, Broccoli. Let me pull this up for him real quick, you guys. Okay, let's look at Denver. Where am I at? Why am I all confused right here? Here we go. Here's Denver. So this is what Denver's looking like. Sorry, man. I don't know why it took me a minute. Why am I in California looking for Denver? Anyways, here's Denver. Denver's showing negative 4.3%. This is a little bit lagging here. Broccoli Rob from the Acapella group from The Office. Andy's Acapella group. Broccoli Rob. Is that where you got that from? I love The Office, man. And if you guys love The Office too, go to Peacock. They have super fan episodes. I watch The Office and it's like ambient music in my background in my household, and I'm pretty sure that's where you got Broccoli Rob. I don't know, but that's what's going on with Denver, man. All right, that's what's going on with Denver, and also let me know if that's where you got that nickname. All right, so here we go. That's it, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I got a few other things to do, but I just wanted to tell you guys that I hold on one second. Let me pull up this last one, you guys, for him. Okay, let me just pull this up for him real quick. All right. Which part of Arizona? I'm not sure what he said as far as where Arizona, but here's Yuma, negative 1.14, Lake Havasu, negative 5.7, Tuscan, 2.7, Sierra Vista, 1.86, Phoenix, 6.27, Flagstaff, 5.69, Lake Havasu, negative 5.7, okay? That's it, you guys. That's all okay. Yep. So look at, called it, y'all. Indeed, it is indeed. Broccoli Rob, Acapella group, Office, Andy's Acapella group in college. I love it. Anyways, you guys, from the bottom of my heart, understand you are real estate mindset. Without y'all, I can't do any of this. So from the bottom of my heart, you guys, thank you for putting up with me. I know I'm not perfect. I've just started. I've been doing this less than a year full-time like this. So I'm still learning. Sorry for the bumps along the way, but I will continue to, be transparent. From the bottom of my heart, you guys, again, thank you. And I will give you guys continuous updates on my purchasing situation. Now, other than that, guys, make it a great deal. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll